Something just changed this week. You felt it, I'm sure, in the headlines, in the feed, maybe in your gut. While everyone is arguing over AI schlapp and dead internet, a series of massive physical and legislative shifts just hit the board simulation. Welcome back to the signal shift, everybody. I'm looking at the patterns. Most people are too distracted and tired and work too hard to notice. Today, we aren't just talking about the theory. We are talking about the convergence. We are going to look at why biological scares, new terror definitions, and the crowded sky are hitting it all at once. Yeah, the Matrix. Huh? Let's look at the noise. On May 9th, we saw reports of a Hantavirus outbreak on this cruise ship, right? Leading to eventually an evacuation and overseen by the WHO. While the risk is being called low, look at the optics. Isolated zones and cordoned off areas. This is what they call anxiety anchor. By keeping you locked into a state of biological fear. And system ensures your focus remains on the screen, right? Waiting for the next update, the next maybe mandate, the next instruction. It's numbed your ability to look at the larger picture because you're too busy surviving. The noise also. Yeah. But the noise isn't just the headline. It's the boardrooms. While dead internet keeps the masses arguing over, cultural wars, the most powerful men in the planet are currently redrawing the world map. Look at the recent summit between Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. This wasn't just a diplomatic handshake, no. It was flanked by a roster of tech bros and billionaires. Why are the architects of our new digital reality suddenly in the boardroom with the leaders of the two most powerful nations? There are growing evidence that we are seeing the formation of a new global alliance, one that potentially cuts Europe out of the loop entirely. It's a pivot away from the old transatlantic order and toward a centralized tech-driven power bloc. When you see reports of Jared Kushner being dispatched as an envoy to Putin, you have to ask, are they ending the old world to make room for the new one? While you are watching the news from wherever you're watching, and the meetings in Beijing, the rules of reality were being rewritten at home. On May 6th, news of U.S. counterfeit terrorism strategy was signed. It's a pivot away from traditional threats and toward domestic targets. Specifically, they call it drug cartels, described also as violent ideologies. This is the consensus realignment. They are redefining the enemy, the real-time match, a world where human agreement has collapsed. Mark Carney admitted in 2026 Global Progress Action Summit, by the way, I'm not his fan, we are living in an age of anxiety. But they aren't fixing the anxiety. They are building the legal infrastructure to manage the people who feel it. Yeah. Here's what they don't want you looking at while you're stressed out about viruses and new geopolitical alliances. Look at the chart of Earth's asteroid encounters. I'm sure you didn't think I was going to say that. May 2026, over 40 objects buzzed our planet in a single month. Some 2026 JM2 came within 0.1 lunar distance. That's roughly 24,000 miles, which is very, very closer to our satellites. Most of these carry the 2026 prefix, meaning we didn't even know they existed this year. While the Pentagon Pursue Initiative is busy managing the UAP narrative and releasing unresolved findings, the physical environment is becoming, let's say, increasingly crowded and unexplained. So, what is all this saying? The Hantavirus is the destruction, correct? The counterterrorism strategy is the cage. The Trump-Xi-Putin alliance is the new management. And the asteroids and UAPs are the reality that is breaking through the dead internet mask. They want you looking down at your phone, terrified of a virus or a neighbor, so you don't look up and realize that the world is moving through a transition they cannot completely control. The great digital silence was just the silence before the storm. You have to shift your frequency, stop consuming the noise, and start tracking the physical signal, because the real story isn't in the headlines. It's the gaps they're trying to hide. It's you being ready and seeing the convergence. Hit subscribe, guys. We're waking up to a different frequency. We'll see you tomorrow.